After sold-out screenings and reaping praises at the recent Cinemalaya Philippine Independent Film Festival, ang Sayaw ng Dalawang Kaliwang Paa begins its run in commercial theaters tonight. The film weaves together poetry, dance, and romance. It tells the story of Marlon, who tries to get closer to his literature professor, Karen, by enrolling in a dance class which she also teaches. Here's a look.
Anong tinitingnan mo dyan?
Wala. Nanonood lang.
Gaano ako kabobo sa lit class niya. Gusto ko ganun din ako kagaling sa dance class niya.
Alam ko na. Magpapaalam na lang ako doon sa may-ari ng dance studio na paggamitin sa atin yung studio tuwing gabi.
Napakahirap pala nito.
Masyado ko lang siguro nasanay sa akin. Ano, nakausap mo na si ma'am?
Hindi ka ba natatandaan sa akin?
Ma'am?
Sabi mo, walang tinig ang pag-ibig.
Ayun nga eh. Puro mga salita.
Minsan may silbi din ang mga salita. Nakakapagod na din minsan ang pagsayaw.
Lalako kang iyong tinig.
All right, now with us in the studio are writer-director Alvin Yapan, producer Alem Ang, and actor Paulo Avellino. Good morning.
Good morning.
This looks like a great film.
We hope so.
You hope so? Well, it's already been called a great film because you guys have reaped some praises at various international film festivals. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But first off, yung title nito, Ang Sayaw ng Dalawang Kaliwang Paa. It's a very interesting title. Obviously, it focuses on dance as being part of the story. Saan ba nanggaling yung title na to?
The Sayaw ng Dalawang Kalawang Paa, the Dalawang Kalawang Paa here refers to two men dancing because in traditional ballroom dancing, it's usually the man who leads with his left foot.
Okay.
So I'm asking in this film, what it would be like for two men to dance. Will it actually work?
Okay.
So
there. That's where
and
the
it
title.
also talks about not knowing how to dance because the role of Paulo here does not know how to dance.
Okay.
And he has to learn the dances
All right.
at the same time learning poetry.
Okay. Did you actually have to learn how to not to dance pa? Or are you naturally, natural ka bang dalawa ang kaliwang paa?
Natural na dalawa yung kaliwang pa ako and
Talo kita, ako tatlo nga.
and our producer and our director made sure that we practice, we do
Right.
workshops and
So,
things.
well, the nice thing about this is, I mean, your role is someone who is not naturally gifted when it comes to dance and wants to learn.
Yes.
So
How to
obviously,
dance.
as the film progresses, you hopefully get better and better. Am I right here?
That's what our choreographer said.
Right.
Na ang sarap daw turuan si Paulo kasi parang clean slate.
Okay.
And then you can really see the transformation in the way he danced from the start of the rehearsals all the way to the end of the shoot.
All right, excellent. Okay, this it's also unusual in that you're integrating poetry and as we mentioned,
Yes.
dance, various sort of disciplines and art forms into yet
film.
another into film. How have you guys done that? How have you melded these various forms?
Because I'm a writer myself, I'm a novelist and also a fictionist. I have friends from the creative community who are female poets, for example, Benilda Santos, Rebecca Año Nuevo, and I asked them if I can borrow their poems, their love poems, which I can use in my film, and we're going to turn them into music, into song, and then we're going to choreograph dances for this song. So they graciously lent me their poems for free because we're independent.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah, and all the songs here are all originally composed for the film, and then all the dances also were made specifically for the film.
Okay, but we're not gonna call this a musical or
No,
anything like
it's
that.
not a
Because they
musical.
don't sing.
Okay.
They just dance.
So it would be interesting, Pao.
Yet another challenge for Pao. Okay. Too highbrow, do you think? Medyo...
No. That's actually what we're trying to aim for in this film. Actually, that's our advocacy, Alem and I, in
We're both
doing
teachers
films.
kasi.
Yes. Because when you say independent film, it's too, yes, that's the stereotype. It's too highbrow, it's too academic.
Yep.
The local moviegoer is not going to understand it.
Na maging
No, we
boring,
don't-
it's
yes.
too boring already. Poetry is boring.
Yeah, so we don't want that. What I want in this film is to popularize again poetry as a creative form. I want the mass audience to appreciate poetry, that we have actually very beautiful love poems
Right.
that any ordinary viewer can easily understand and appreciate.
And in fact, during Cinemalaya, we actually have students looking for the poets.
Right.
Yes.
They wanted to buy the books. And these
Really?
are ordinary college students. Tapos some of the poets said they felt like they were rock stars.
Okay.
Kasi the
We
audience
invited
wanted to
them,
have pictures taken with them, wanted their autograph, which never
Along with
happened
Paolo,
to them.
along with Rocco
You know,
and
hindi-
Gina.
not just the artist, but also the poets themselves.
All right, very cool. I don't want to stereotype or pigeonhole the movie, but I mean, we've called it a gay film. Is it fair to call it that?
Well, that's where we, yes, as a director, I call it a bromance.
Okay.
Because there really is, everything is subtle.
Subtle.
Everything is
Very
already hinted on, but it's not actually explicitly stated as
Okay.
that.
In fact, somebody commented that it's the audience that's reacting. So,
Yes.
for example, one character looks at the other character, and they just looked at each other. But it's the audience who's giving the interpretation what that look meant.
Okay.
And of course, it's what we wanted.
Yes,
that
but
look
of course
mean.
to sell it,
you know.
to sell it, we have to say that maybe for the gay crowd, this can be a film that they will appreciate.
Okay.
Kasi we wanted to do a gay film nga that without the usual stereotype sex,
Yeah, yes,
you
the
know,
sex.
na gratuitous
Sex
sex lang.
All right. Okay, so but I mean, obviously, it features a love triangle. We're not giving away too much here
Yes.
when we say it's obviously a love triangle. Part of that triangle is a gay relationship, which may or may not
May not.
happen.
Yes.
I guess we'll have to see the film to see.
That's
you know,
a
if
nice
that
way to
happens.
put it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I read a short piece where you talked about the fact that many of the poems you chose were sort of feminist in nature.
Yes.
Yet, it's set against a romance, or is there not a
Yeah,
romance between two male characters? That's sort medyo may irony doon.
Yes. Actually, I wanted to look at feminist poetry from the masculine point of view, because I'm trying to question here the boundaries between the male and the female stereotypes, the male and female roles in society. So that's why I wanted to use female poetry,
Right.
but in discussing the roles between two males.
Okay.
And feminist poets kasi are known to write using their bodies.
All right.
Hence the dance part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too much of a stretch for you, Pao, not out of your comfort zone, so to speak. Why did you take this film?
At first, when I read the script, it was different. It was something new. It was very unique. I couldn't understand most of the script. Eventually, Adam explained it to me slowly,
And there was certainly an appeal to it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, and and I didn't really see it as a pink movie.
Okay.
because
Yes.
it was really very subtle, and it was just a purely work of art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, what was it like to make the film? I mean, we already know that you worked hard on your dance, but the experience. I mean, you're one of these big stars now. I mean, what's it like to play both sides of the field? I mean, smaller, quote unquote indie films like this, and more commercial fare,
Yes.
which you also have going on.
It's different because you get to work more on your craft. You get to get different insights on how you act, or more on acting. And speaking of experience in the film, it's more of parang awkward moments,
Right.
like how Adam said a while ago, the look by just looking at each other. Once we hear cut,
Okay.
we just start laughing and say, "Bro,
Okay.
it's too awkward."
Okay, so all in all, a great experience for everybody. Working with the rest of the cast, I mean, I know you have Jean Garcia is a
Yes.
real veteran
Yes,
actress,
yeah.
and I know that she's naturally gifted when it comes to dance, and she naturally fell into that. Experience working with your cast, what's it like?
We're very thankful that all three actors took this project in, and It's very nice to work with them, all three of them. We would want to work with them again.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yes. Yes, because they're nice to work because sometimes we just shot this film for just 5 days and sometimes our definition of a day would last for 26 hours.
Right. It just sort of
Yes.
melds from one day to another.
Yes.
Okay. The great thing about this film is that, and many films, in fact, of the recent Cinemalaya, is that there's a recent trend of these so-called indie films sort of making their way into very mainstream release and having a mainstream cinema release. And you guys tonight are actually going to be doing that yourselves. How do you explain this phenomenon?
Well, I think Alan will be the
I
one
think
to
more and more
answer
kasi
that.
the film goers want to see a different type of film. Like the most recent Star Cinema film that earned really did very well in the box office. It's not a formula film.
Right.
So they're looking for something new. And Cinemalaya offers a wide, you would have 15 different new films, all unique. You cannot say that this one looks like this one
Yes.
looks like that, or it felt watching another film. They're all very unique. And therefore the audience are clamoring for that.
Right.
In fact, Cinemalaya usually, at the start, teachers would require students. But now, we're all sold out. All the films, were sold out. And because students wanted to watch the films that, they feel that they can relate to or they like the most.
Well, excellent. Good stuff. Okay, well, I wish you the best of luck. You're going to be, like I said, premiering tonight.
Yes.
Good luck there. Where can people catch the film?
Okay, so
Yes.
we have SM City, Mega Mall, Center Point, Bacoor, South Mall, Fairview, and then we also have Glorieta and then Trinoma. We're working on the other theaters, so if they can come out and watch on the first 2 days, so that we'll have
Yes.
more theaters.
If we create buzz in the first 2 days, maybe the other cinemas would take us in.
All right, let's just tweet that right away. And have a bit of a
Thank you
there.
very much.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. This looks like a great film. I want to say thank you to Direk Alvin Yapan, Alim Ang, and Paolo Avellino. Thank you for joining us this morning.